Welcome, welcome, and welcome again for this embodiment session where we will work again with the psoas muscle and be able to release some tension or some say some trauma by provoking our natural way to tremble, to shake the body. And David Bersley, the founder of TRE, Tension Trauma Release Exercises, made it a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sequence to help you to provoke those shaking, those trembling. And this is something that we used to do, or maybe we still do, by nature. It's just to help our natural way to release tension, to release trauma, to help it again. Like in wild nature, where you see a lion running behind an antelope, and the antelope is running, and escapes from this flight situation, from this dangerous situation, from this traumatic situation, and comes to a safe place. The antelope just starts to tremble, starts to shake. And then all the tension is released. And the antelope just walks away like nothing happens. Wow. And this is what we also do as humans. But of course, the way we are brought up until we got more tamed with our voice, with our expressions, with our body way of movement. But I know when I'm biking through Amsterdam and something happens like, I notice that my body wants to move, and I want to scream, and I want to release the tension. So to release the tension, we can do right after something happens, but we can also make it a daily practice or a weekly practice. And yeah, those beautiful exercises from David Bersley, the founder of TRE, trauma tension release exercises, are beautiful to do. So let's do them. Let's feel it. And I want to say I'm not a TRE provider, but I use the shaking and the trembling already for so many years. So it will be a little bit of a combination. If you like to know more, please check TRE, David Bersley. There is lots online. And if you want to also train your students, get a certificate. So let's start. And mostly I start with just some dancing. And a lot of us, I know, also start with dancing when we start our class. When we, let me put the camera right. When we start the beginning of our session with our students. So to start with dancing the body, for me it also helps me to connect in a kind of non-linear way with the body and in getting out of a structure. So let's just make some dance moves for a couple of moments. Allowing the body to release already anything that you would like to release. Yay. And to go a little bit more precise towards the theory exercises. And I will take some out of it, not all, but just to help to actually what we do is to fatigue the body a little bit, to make the body a little bit tired. So the trembling can occur more easily when you first like contract and then release. It's like an orgasm. Actually, in a way, it is an orgasm, and it can feel like an orgasm. But let's start, no expectations. Come to stand, feet hip width apart. And then just roll to the left and the right sides of your feet. Maybe you can feel the stretching of your ankles. And all these exercises that we do, of course, they're different for everybody. If your body is very fit and you do a lot of exercises, you might need a little bit more of this to fatigue the body. But if you never do anything, then already maybe a couple of movements like this can already You can already feel them in the body. Slowly getting out. Shaking out your legs for a moment. And then the next one, I show it from the side, it's easier to see. Stepping out your right foot, a little bit towards the back. And the right foot, your back foot, is to help you balance. What we're going to do is we're going to fatigue a little bit the left leg. So bring your weight a little bit back to the left leg and then lift up the left heel of your left foot. And then starting to bring the left heel down. So moving that left leg, and you will feel it in your left leg and the left calf muscle. And also here, relax your face and your mouth. We're just here to bring a little bit tiredness or a little bit fatigue into that left calf muscle. Beautiful. Let's do a couple of more. And then slowly releasing that one. Stepping the right foot forward and the left foot back. Same, other side. Left foot back. Your left heel is also up, but left leg is there to help you for the balance. Bring the weight a little bit to the front and then lift up the right heel. And here we go again. Just bringing that right heel to the floor to bring a little bit of action in that right leg. To help us by fatiguing a little bit this right leg to help us to tremble a little bit more. And then slowly stepping the other foot back and take a moment to shake out your legs. I think shaking out with a sound is always nicer. Feet a little bit more than hip width apart. We're gonna lean over, bend over. You bend over slowly, allowing your arms to hang around your shoulders, your head to. If you want, you can bend your knees a little bit. And just hanging out here for a couple of deep breaths. And then slowly move with your upper body towards your right foot, your right leg. Taking also a couple of super deep breaths in and out here. Beautiful. Walking towards the other side, towards the left leg, the upper body. And also here, feeling the stretch is happening in the body. Just bringing your attention to your breath. A couple of super deep breaths in and out. If you feel like sounding, feel free. Beautiful. Coming back to the front, coming back to the middle. You can walk your hands a little bit in between your feet or even further away towards the back. Also just for a couple of moments, couple of breaths. And then slowly from here, walking back to the middle and raise up. Slowly, bending the knees and rolling vertebra by vertebra up. And also shake a little bit. Next one, wall sits. Yes. So bending your knees, come to sit against a wall, and don't go too deep. And theory, they always talk about going like for 50%. So don't go too much too deep, but just like not too relaxed, but like 50%. So find your 50% here against the wall. Connecting to your breath, feeling it in your quadriceps, in your upper legs. And if you feel that the tension goes to like 70%, then just move a couple of inches up. Make sure you can still feel your toes. Make sure you can still see your toes of your feet. So when you feel that it's getting too much tension, from like 50%, moving up to 70%, when it gets a little bit more unbearable, then find yourself and just move up a couple of inches, a couple of centimeters. If it's getting too much, feel also free just to straighten the legs for a moment, just hang forward. But you could do this about 3 till 5 minutes. Maybe coming back to sit. Let's go for one more. I personally always like to go a little bit deep so I can really feel the trembling already coming. Here you can already, here sometimes you already can feel that oh yeah, there is the trembling coming, there is the shaking coming. And then slowly placing your hands against the wall and pull yourself away. Hang out just one more time, just to poof woof. To allow the body to relax. And then from here, bending your knees, rolling up vertebra by vertebra by vertebra by vertebra. So you can do even more and more exercises to fatigue the body. But I think we could try and feel already where we are. So come to lay down, come to lay down, come to lay down. There are several ways, but we're just doing one. If you really want to know more, please go and find out. Coming to lay down, it's the back on the body. Bend your knees and place the soles of the feet together to open up the knees. This is a resting pose. And slowly here, step by step, we're going to move centimeter by centimeter, the knees a little bit, inch by inch, the knees a little bit up. And then stay there for a moment. Just be there. Maybe moving up a little bit. Just be there. Maybe you can feel that there's already a little bit of trembling starting to happen here. And it's a kind of an involuntary shake. It's not that you do it, it's just that you allow it, that you surrender to that shake. If it's getting too much and you're like, oh no, then you can always straighten your legs and flex your feet. Bring the toes towards the nose. So know that that's always there. If it's too much, or if you're like, I want to stop it for a moment, straighten the legs and flex your feet. But let's provoke it a little bit more, invoke it a little bit more. Bring the knees a little bit closer and find that place that's. Yeah, and somehow I think this is like a surrender that we can even use for orgasm, that to just let the energy just flow. So finding your place and let the trembling just happen. Staying there, you can stay here for 5-10 minutes. I always like to make sounds, so feel welcome to do that as well. I think that's not official for the theory, but yay. Ah. Mm. Continuing, finding that spot where you start to tremble, where you start to shake, and continuing with it. And knowing when it's getting too much, you can always straighten the legs and flex your feet. And what is too much? Yeah, if you freak out, it's a bit of letting go of control. Eh? It's a bit of like, okay, I surrender, I release. So here you could stay for 5 till 10 minutes. For now, let's straighten the legs and flex the feet. And take a moment just to feel. To feel the body. And if you want, you can bend your knees and then hold your ankles with your elbows and holding yourself for a moment. And rolling to the left sides of the body, staying here for a moment. And with the help of your hands on the floor, coming up, coming up. Yay. How did it go? And the good thing about this, if you start to practice, if you start to practice, and I sometimes do in the morning, I do my Tabata, a 7-minute workout, and after that I just start to lay down, and just for a moment I bring the knees together, and then I start to let the trembling, the shaking occur, to let it go. And it feels so nice. So you can do it every day, every week. Yeah. Thank you for being here.